on OU Nightly, an OU rugby player's death is under investigation. Find out what police are saying. Plus, students kicked out of the Board of Regents meeting. Find out why. And an inside look on how taxpayers' dollars are making sure more people have a chance at education. This is OU Nightly. Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Spencer Plato.
And I'm Colson Pocock. We begin tonight with the investigation into the death of an OU rugby player. OU Nightly's Tanae Fletcher has the details.
Oklahoma Rugby is mourning the loss of their very own. Friday, March 7th, OU rugby player Joe Powell was pronounced dead after being in the hospital since March 2nd. On March 2nd at 4 a.m., Norman Police Department responded to an injured individual who appeared to have been in an altercation. That individual was Joe Powell. Powell was found by Norman PD at 300 East Boyd Street. No further information has come out regarding the exact cause of Powell's injuries or what may have led to the presumed altercation. An investigation regarding Powell's death is still ongoing, and according to Norman PD, all individuals believed to be involved have been identified and contacted. At this time, no arrests have been made. While there isn't much certainty surrounding the ongoing investigation, friends, family, and teammates continue to reflect on the life of Joe Powell.
He's willing to actually help. He's willing to actually accept. He's willing to even love you for no matter what. But off the field again, he's calm, relaxed, and if you need help, he's there. He's there. So that's the beautiful thing.
Reporting for OU Nightly, Tanae Fletcher.
Thanks, Tanae. If you have any information about the incident, police ask you to contact the Norman Police Department. OU Nightly will keep you updated on the investigation.
We know what your meeting's for. Occupation endless war. We know what your meeting's for.
That video was captured inside the Board of Regents meeting today as an on-campus organization, Students for Justice in Palestine, were escorted out during their protest.
The pro-Palestinian student group had put out a call for protest at the Board of Regents meeting, demanding that OU's regents divest from companies involved with Israel. They also demanded their voices be heard. According to their socials, the organization is a coalition committed to the liberation of Palestine. The Moore Norman Technology Center is now one step closer to expanding and upgrading their programs after a bond was approved by voters. OU Nightly reporter Abigail Franklin takes an inside look of where the money will be heading.
Absolutely.
So we'll start in aviation.
A $90 million bond is now on its way to Moore Norman Technology Center.
Every program on our campus, I would say, is at or near capacity.
In 2023, 1,200 qualified students were turned away due to lack of space.
1,200 students that could have come in and trained in our programs.
That newly passed bond will now make all the difference as the school plans to expand their programs.
Essentially, these are set up for students to come in and train on exactly what they'll be working on in industry. So,
from aviation, automotive, HVAC, and healthcare.
And so they are sticking veins.
The money from the bond will bring more teachers, expanding classroom spaces, and upgrading and modernizing equipment, all in hopes for the school to achieve one goal.
We want to make sure that we have a seat for every qualified student.
Reporting for OU Nightly, I'm Abigail Franklin.
The school will now meet with architects and the construction management company to review and finalize plans for the project timeline.
And it's quite a difference today compared to our wet and chilly weekend that we had.
OU Nightly's Dylan Stroko has more on our weather switch-up. Dylan?
Yeah, guys, those temperatures have rebounded nicely this week as opposed to this past week when we had lots of rain and much cooler temperatures. But we're getting up into the mid to upper 70s this week, possibly reaching out near 80 on Thursday. I have us topping out at 77, but we'll be watching that over the next couple of days. We could be seeing some warmer temperatures sneaking in there. But you want to stick around for your main forecast because we have an afternoon fire risk that we're going to be tracking for you, as well as that warm forecast ahead of us. But we also have another storm system that we're going to be watching.
Thanks, Dylan. As the National Weather Service layoffs are happening around the country, meteorology students here at OU are wondering what is next for them. OU Nightly's Chris Holman has their reactions.
Students and faculty in the meteorology community are showing their support for the National Weather Service and the National Ocean and Atmospheric Administration, also known as NOAA. After the Trump administration announced there would be layoffs within the organizations, students here on campus are now starting to feel the effects.
It's for sure a really hard time for a lot of us, both students and full-time federal employees, as well as OU employees that work closely with the federal government in the National Weather Center. We have many organizations within the building, and a lot of them are kind of in a very unsure position right now. A lot of uncertainties, a lot of people being laid off.
These layoffs are impacting more than just National Weather Center employees. Students are realizing that their future careers now hang in the balance.
People are very anxious about what will be happening to their futures, their jobs, if anything further will be coming. And right now, an analogy that I've heard walking around is people are just trying to figure out how to put out fires at this point and how to best respond to it.
There is still uncertainty for meteorologists here in Norman as they are waiting to see the full effects of these layoffs. Reporting from the National Weather Center, Chris Holman, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Chris. Right now, we do not know the total number of layoffs here in Oklahoma, but we will keep you updated as we gather more information on this story.
U.S. House Republicans unveil a spending bill that would fund the government through September 30th. Emily LeBeth is following this and today's national and international headlines from the News Center.
Colson, Congress has to agree on this bill by midnight Friday to avoid a partial government shutdown. The bill would boost spending for U.S. defense programs and cut back on non-defense programs. It wouldn't cover the majority of government spending, which includes Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. Speaker Mike Johnson says he plans to put the bill up for a vote tomorrow. 5 people are injured after a small airplane crashes near a retirement community in Pennsylvania and then catches fire.
Fire was so hot that it was covering my face up, and I was walking over it, thinking to myself, this is a very dangerous situation to be in.
Been released from the hospital, and the cause is still under investigation. Canada elects the country's next Prime Minister, Mark Carney. He will replace Justin Trudeau, who announced his resignation in January. In his first speech as leader, Carney says Canada is not backing down in the trade war with the Trump administration.
He's attacking Canadian families, workers, and businesses, and we cannot let him succeed. And we won't. We won't.
Today, in response to U.S. tariffs, Canadian company Ontario Premier says it is charging 25% more for electricity in American homes and businesses. Spencer, Colson.
Thanks, Emily. When OU Nightly returns, concerns about the U.S. job market, how Americans are feeling about the future of the nation's economy.
Plus, changes coming to CVS Pharmacy, details of what new stores may look like coming up on OU Nightly.
Might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
The stock market sees a big drop after concerns of a recession in the U.S. OU Nightly's Whitney Smith has this and more on today's Money Matters.
It comes after President Donald Trump said he won't deny possibility of a recession, saying the economy would see a period of transition. Today, Dow reported a drop of almost 900 points, with the S&P 500 dropping about 3%, the same day as China's retaliatory tariffs on multiple U.S. farm products take effect. Both reported their worst day of the year, with NASDAQ reported its worst single-day drop since 2022. A survey from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York says some Americans are losing confidence in the U.S. job market. According to those involved in the study, most believe there will be greater economic problems a year from now. The number of consumers who said they have an increased chance of not being able to make minimum debt payments is at a level not seen since 2020. CVS says it's opening about a dozen smaller stores. These stores will only have a pharmacy and be half the size of the normal layout, meaning there won't be the usual sales of snacks, makeup, cards, and other things. The company says it's part of a larger downsizing plan, which includes more than 1,000 store closures and layoffs. Those pharmacy-only stores are set to open sometime this year. Spencer, Colson.
Thanks, Whitney. And coming up on OU Nightly, an OU organization is hoping to end food security.
Hear about the organization's biggest fundraising event of the year and how you can help fight the cause.
And temperatures have rebounded into the 70s this week, but we are tracking the next storm system that could be impacting the plains. I'll have all the details and more after the break.
Love the hustle, Cliff. Who are you?
Your lungs.
We're quite proud of you.
Even though you quit smoking years ago, you may be at risk for lung cancer.
Okay. Well, with the routine screening, you can detect it early when it's more curable.
Sounds good, guys. Can I get a little space here?
Biologically, no.
Okay.
Listen to your lungs. Get a routine screening that could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
All right, look at you taking the stairs. Who are you?
We're your lungs.
We are proud of you for quitting smoking, but you still may be at risk for lung cancer.
A routine cancer scan can detect it early when it's more curable.
Good to know. Well, I gotta go somewhere.
So do we.
Listen to your lungs. Get a routine screening that could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back to OU Nightly Now. This week, it's looking pretty mild. The temperatures have rebounded into the 70s. No rain in the near forecast for the next 5 days, but we are tracking another storm system that is brewing on the plains that'll be bringing some impacts for the central high plains and parts of the Midwest. But right now, we're looking at the south part of our campus. Temperature of about 73 degrees here in Norman. Still pretty warm, much better than this past weekend. It is pretty dry, though. The temperature, the dew point and the humidity is staying pretty low out there, but the gusty winds out of the south at 18 miles per hour is helping bring in that warmer air into the parts of our area. Now, across the metro, we're still feeling pretty warm, 76 over there in El Reno, down there in Purcell, 74, but parts of our state are feeling a little bit warmer than us, and that would include northwestern Oklahoma, getting up into the 80s, 83 up there in Woodward and 81 over there in Guyman. Now, the winds are gusting out of the south, pretty gusty. Now, we're gusting up anywhere from 20 to 30 miles per hour over here in central and western Oklahoma, and we're going to see those gusts really continue throughout the week. And the rain that fell over this past weekend, well, it rained for some, but not for all. It stayed pretty south of I-40. Now, here in Norman, it rained about 1.28 inches, about 1.25 inches here in Norman, but some places didn't receive much rain at all, and that would include parts like northwestern Oklahoma. Didn't see any rain, and that would help fuel that fire threat that we have going on this afternoon. Now, near critical, not extreme, but we do want to emphasize that we strictly are not, we don't want you to outdoor, and no more outdoor bans. That was a tongue twister. No outdoor bans, no outdoor banning, because of course, when we have dry conditions like this, anything can spark a fire just like that. But coming out of the temperatures, the 70s in the evening, getting into the 60s, clear night ahead of us. Those winds should be calming down. Still staying out of the south though, say about 10 to 15 miles per hour, and those winds will help fuel the warmer temperatures for tomorrow as well. We're getting up into 75 there in Norman, 78 down there in Lawton, and 76 over there in Elk City. The Panhandle is a little bit cooler, but still in the 70s at about 71 degrees. And now what we're watching for is two different setups that we're watching. The first one's not going to be creating too much impacts here in the Central Plains. We're going to see maybe a shower or two there in central Oklahoma, but the main one we're watching for is a bomb cyclone. It is an area of very low pressure that will be moving through the Central High Plains, causing a severe weather risk for the Midwest and a winter weather risk for parts of the Central Plains, but it's going to be bringing a lot of wind here to Oklahoma. That's going to be helping fuel that fire risk that we have ongoing for Thursday and Friday of this week. Now, Thursday is the day we're really watching for that higher fire risk here in Oklahoma. But here's your 7-day forecast. We're seeing temperatures sticking in the 70s this week, lots of sunshine for at least the next 5 days. Could be cooling down this week by Saturday, but overall getting pretty windy, staying a lot of sunshine, temperatures in the 70s.
I am so happy today is not like Saturday, that cold and wet day, but like now I feel like I'm getting ready for spring break with the sunshine and warmer temperatures.
Absolutely.
I need that spring break weather. It's time, winter's over. I just need that winter to be gone.
I agree.
But
thank you, Dylan.
It would be good for good running weather too. And speaking of running weather, the OU Food Pantry is taking steps to fight food insecurity on campus. Their 3rd annual 5K is coming up, and you'll want to sign up before it's too late. The race is next month on April 13th during OU's Parents Weekend and will be the first of their races to be an official chip-timed run. Staff at the Food Pantry say this is the biggest fundraising event of the year for the pantry, and they expect it to be their biggest turnout yet.
So we definitely encourage people to sign up early. As of March 14th, 11:59 is the last time to sign up for the $25 prize. It's also the last day to guarantee a t-shirt. We are expecting to probably double last year, which doubled the year before that. So it's been really exciting. The community really gets behind this event and really raise a lot of money. This will probably hopefully be the highest grossing fundraising event that the pantry will have to date. So I'm really excited about that.
All the money raised from the 5K will go directly back to the food pantry. And to register for the race, you can go to runsignup.com and search OU Food Pantry 5K.
And OU men's and women's basketball are looking towards March Madness.
And there is plenty of action on the Diamonds in Norman. Andrew?
That's right. Plus, one former OU football record breaker found a new and familiar home, while the Oklahoma City Thunder welcome home a familiar face as they look to continue their Western Conference dominance. All that up next in sports.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
Jason, let's go see your room.
That's not right. How was it? Is it good?
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Hello, I'm Andrew West, and it's time for sports. It's safe to say the SEC fears Jeremiah Fears as he was named SEC Freshman of the Week and to the SEC All-Freshman team. After OU men's hoops capped off what could be their biggest win of the season against Texas on Saturday, 76-72, Fears finished with 13 points after hitting 2 clutch free throws to put the game out of reach. While the win helps Sooners' March Madness chances, they still have unfinished business.
We want to play better basketball to win games to get in the NCAA tournament. And you look at this 5-game stretch, we're 3-2, and the 2 losses are against ranked teams right at the buzzer. We've played really good basketball. We're playing together, we're playing tough, we're believing.
OU women's basketball was also in action Saturday, taking on South Carolina in the SEC tournament semifinal. And this game was decided in the paint, where the Gamecocks held center Reagan Beers to just 7 points after scoring 42 in her last 2 games, sending OU home 93-75. And it was a battle of 2 undefeated teams over the weekend for OU softball as they also took on South Carolina. They started the weekend with a 10-9 win before taking both games in a doubleheader Sunday, 10-9 and 2-1. Patty Gasso knows getting to this point wouldn't be easy.
Hitters clutched up real timely, some good base running. We made a few mistakes here and there, and that's going to happen when you're really trying to make big plays, but I'm really, really proud of this group.
OU baseball was back in action with a 3-game series this weekend against Sam Houston. The Sooners took Game 1 Friday before taking Game 2 7-3 and Game 3 9-7. Head coach Skip Johnson praised his team for bouncing back.
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt about that. I mean, I thought the first day was really big because it was a really close game. I mean, you know, they can say what they want to say. Anybody can say what they want to say about their record, but they're fundamentally sound, and it was 3 good wins for us, for sure.
NFL free agency is heating up, and former Sooner running back Samaje Perine found a new and familiar home. NFL Network's Mike Garofalo reports that Perine signed a 2-year deal with the Cincinnati Bengals. Perine was previously in the Queen City from 2019 to 2022. And Russell Westbrook and the Denver Nuggets returned to the Paycom Center Sunday to take on the Thunder. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander led OKC with 40 points, followed by Jalen Williams with 26 to put down the Nuggets 127-103. Colson, Spencer.
Thanks, Andrew. Game board lovers, listen up. We got an exciting announcement for you.
Your game nights are about to get a lot more interesting with a new Monopoly edition you won't want to miss after the break.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
I'm Cole Webster at the OU Nightly Update Desk. Thousands of X users report outages today in what the platform's owner Elon Musk is calling a cyber attack. According to Down Detector, more than 100,000 users self-reported connection issues since earlier this morning. In a statement on X, Musk says a large coordinated group and/or country is involved, which has not yet been confirmed. Colson, Spencer, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Cole. It's time to pass go and collect your $200 on the new Oklahoma City Monopoly Edition. The game will feature several OKC landmarks, attractions, and cultural sites with the community chest and chance cards city life themed.
Game makers are asking for OKC residents, business owners, and community leaders to submit game suggestions. You can submit your ideas by emailing oklahomacity@toptrumps.com or online at us.toptrumps.com. And it's the perfect day to go see some Oklahoma City landmarks. Dylan, is this weather going to keep up?
Yeah, with those temperatures out there, it's definitely a great day. It is a little bit windy out there right now, but if you missed your 7-day forecast, we're taking one more look at it. The temperatures, like he said, it's going to stay in the 70s, lots of sunshine over the next couple of days, and overall, it's a pretty good forecast for the next 7 days.
I wish it was a little bit warmer to get a little tan on before I go off on spring break, but...
Right, I'm hoping for that wind to maybe die down just a little bit, but other than that, I'm not complaining about the weather at all.
All right, well, thank you, Dylan, and thank you for watching OU Nightly. I'm Spencer Plato.
And I am Colson Pocock. Be sure to watch OU Nightly live weekdays at 4:30. Good night.
Love the hustle, Cliff.
Who are you? Your lungs.
We're quite proud of you.
Even though you quit smoking years